Hello. I am going to go ahead and get started. There is one person who should be here. And if you join in later, um, just know that you're on mute, and I can actually unmute. Oh, yes, you can unmute yourself if you would like to talk. I was just checking, make sure I had checked that. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and get started though. I know some people weren't able to make it because they were super sick or they were out and about for the night. So I'm going to go ahead and record it, and it is recording, and then post it up on my YouTube channel and send out a link. So you can also afterwards go back and see this to maybe remind you or refresh your memory on some things that was said. So I'm going to get started because I don't want to take up too much time. So I'm going to talk today. My name is Shayla, and I'm going to talk today about some doTERRA products. They're a few of my fall favorites. I like to call them the cuddle oils because of their properties that they have and how they help us emotionally and then also physically. Their health benefits physically and emotionally. The three oils I'm going to talk about, keeping it short, are cinnamon, clove, and wild orange. And cinnamon, one of the reasons that I call it one of the cuddle oils is because it is really good for helping us accept our body and feeling attractive again and being harmonious with our environment and people around us. And so when you're feeling good about yourself, then you tend to be drawn to people and want to give off that energy and accept other people's energy. Other uses for it are to help with some hypoglycemia or mold or even a yeast infection. The cinnamon is going to be good. Now I want to put a big, huge like asterisk star right here, because when you're using cinnamon on the skin, I want you to be aware that it's cinnamon, so it's going to be maybe hot temperature wise as well. Like it's going to kind of be hot. So you want to dilute it with a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil or lotion or something like that. That's going to like really dampen it down a little bit because you don't want it to burn your skin. You can use it in tea. I like to put it in tea. I've even, my new thing I want to try is to put it in cookies, to bake just like regular sugar cookies and bake it in with the cookies to give it a cinnamon flavor. Diffusing it, I like to diffuse cinnamon with the fir oils like Siberian fir or Douglas fir. It smells like trees, or even citrus oils like tangerine with some cinnamon. It's going to bring a real homey feeling to the environment, to the house. Also, diffusing all three of these oils together would be great as well. But the second one, clove, I'm going to take a drink, hold on. Clove is what I have put in my tea that I'm drinking, but it helps with feeling empowered. The reason I consider this a cuddle oil is because you feel empowered, you feel protected, you feel courageous to kind of step out of boundaries or walls that you have set up. It says that it helps to reignite the inner soul fire that you have within. So other uses though that you can use it for, the clove is for toothaches, for muscle pain, a cough that you may have, asthma. It's even good for acne. And again, when you're putting clove directly onto the skin, you want to be careful and maybe dilute it a little bit with the carrier oil, or like if you're I think putting it maybe straight onto the gums could be okay, but maybe diluting a little bit with that toothpaste will help kind of spread it a little bit even, more around the area, but then also, it won't be so bold. I like to diffuse clove with the woodsy oils like cedarwood, or even the breathe oil that's given it that refreshing scent, but then that homey scent as well. I have also used it in a spritz for like around the house. So you can get these glass bottles this size. I even have in the big size. This is what I put my cleaner in, that all-purpose cleaner that I use around the house. But spritzing it around the house as an air diffuser, or spritzing it on pillows at night, or on the couch, like around the around the fire or fireplace, would make it smell all nice and homey and warm. And then the last one, wild orange. Wild orange, I feel like I can use through all seasons. It just depends on what other oils that I'm using it with. But the reason I call it a cuddle oil, I put it in there with the cuddle oils, is because it causes a person to be humorous and playful, creative, enjoying their life, right? So when you're in those feelings, you feel like you're drawn more to people to, again, give off that energy, like making you feel good about yourself. Other uses for the wild orange, though, is for anxiety or possible nausea. If you have that, just inhaling some wild orange will help eliminate that a little bit. You can diffuse it with anything. I've diffused, again, I carry it through, it seems like all seasons. So during the fall time, I like to diffuse it with maybe lavender and even some of the furs. I guess I have diffused it with some of like Siberian fir and Douglas fir. Give it that orangish kind of flavor in the air. You can put it in your water, in your tea, if you like an orange flavored tea, fruity kind of a tea. But I like to drop it in my water bottle. And again, if you're doing that, you need to remember to only put it in a glass container or a stainless steel container. And muffins. That was the other one. Using it with muffins. It's yummy and super tasty. And also a spritz, like you can spritz it around the house with some of these, some of the other homey, I call them homey feeling oils. But so yes, those are the 3 cuddle oils that I wanted to talk about tonight. I wouldn't consider them cuddle oils, but one of my other fall favorites was an iboga this week. It was the Holiday Peace and the Citrus Bliss. I coincidentally had been diffusing those 2 oils together in my home for like the last 2 weeks. Those 2, it's like a peaceful bliss. Those 2 smell amazing together. And the Citrus Bliss has the wild orange in it, and the Holiday Peace, I think, has some of that cinnamon in it. So again, it has some of those the cuddle oils in there that I've talked about tonight. So yeah, and that's about it that I have on the cuddle oils. I talked pretty fast, and without so many people online with me tonight, I'll probably just keep it right at that. And if you do have any questions, you know how to contact me. Through phone, through email. When I download or when I upload this to my YouTube channel, I'll put, my little, what do you call those things? Windows, little windows that you can click on and ways to contact me. I also have a blog that you can use as well. So again, thanks for joining. If you joined, thanks for listening. If you're listening to it afterwards. And oh, I have another person waiting. I'll go ahead and admit her. And I guess I could go back through and talk again. I sometimes do wait a little bit to start, but this time I guess I didn't. So welcome, if you just joined. I just was talking about the cuddle oils that I like to diffuse and use during the fall season, going into winter season. I call them the cuddle oils because of their properties. They're the cinnamon oil, the clove oil, and wild orange. Just kind of recapping now. The cinnamon oil again, you can ingest these because the doTERRA brand is one of the goes through rigorous testing. It's certified therapeutic grade, and which means it goes through rigorous testings, and it's also pulled from the plant that it is in. We get the plant where it thrives the most and the best environment. So we're getting the oils from plants that are grown in Nepal and Indonesia and places like that where it's thriving the most. And so it's going to be the purest oil, and allowing you to ingest them and making it healthier for your body and natural for your body. So when I talk about how to ingest them, you can ingest them in many different ways besides just, taking the oil bottle and dumping it on your tongue or something, which I do sometimes if I'm in a pinch. But putting them in the tea, like cinnamon in the tea, or clove. I put clove in my tea tonight. Even the wild orange, putting that in the water, and my water is good. My mom will sometimes put cinnamon in her tea because she uses it to help with her blood sugar. I think it's to lower her blood sugar. So she puts that in her water because she doesn't like to drink just plain water. But I really like that. I wasn't fully aware of the emotional properties that the oils bring, and as I was doing a little bit of research about them, I realized how good they are for our souls, and again, like the cinnamon helping with body acceptance and feeling attractive. It's interesting that this is the time of the year. I think about why I like this time of the year so much, and I think it is because of the blankets and the cuddling and the family time. And these 3 oils kind of help get you in that spirit, right? To hang around family, hang around friends, and love yourself again. And the cinnamon with feeling harmonious with your world, and the clove, is helping you to feel empowered and protected. And the wild orange is helping you be playful and creative and enjoy your life. So, those 3 oils really pull it all together for the season, right? I just think it's neat. So I, put it in my tea. You can bake with them, putting them in cookies, muffins. I'm trying to think of other things I could use clove for. I'm not sure that I use clove often when I'm cooking. So, but I have tried the wild orange with muffins, and the kids really liked those. I had wild orange and blueberries. They really liked them. Smoothies. I would put cinnamon in my smoothies, depending on the type of fruit. But I really liked cinnamon in the smoothies. So, yeah, I also put lemon in my tea all the time. Putting lemon is going to give you that immune boost that really helps. Because the lemon oil, 1 drop of the lemon oil is like something like a whole bunch of lemons. I can't think now of how many, like it's a lot of lemons. Because I know like 1 drop of peppermint is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So like 1 drop of lemon is huge. Oh, and my friend Jen sent a chat note that said she likes to diffuse cinnamon when she has a headache. It is good for aches. And so is the clove. It said clove is good for toothaches, but also muscle pain, putting it directly, onto where that muscle, maybe a tight muscle or sore muscle, which I haven't ever tried it for that. I always use the Deep Blue or the Aroma Touch. Clove also helps with asthma and coughing, which I didn't realize either. So that will definitely go in the rub that I have for Ida when she gets really congested. I have a rub that I put on her chest that has some spearmint in it, and it has some wintergreen and breathe oil. I'll probably add some clove to that to help with that cough, which I didn't know. I think clove is also good with addiction. I think they use clove for smoking addiction, but I'm not entirely sure. But, so yeah, that's what I have. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for joining, and thanks for your insight, Jen. And again, I'll download this. I may cut and paste some things, but overall, I enjoy having these little things. I plan to do more. So if you do want to be included in my list of people to contact when I do them, go ahead and just contact me, let me know, text or email. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Have a good night and have a great weekend.